Hi crafty friends, Melissa Minor here, and I am super excited to be joining several of my crafty friends for Simple Stories Saturday. This is a scrapbooking collab and YouTube hop, so please check out the description box below as I will have links to all of my crafty friends' YouTube channels where you can check out what they've made for Simple Stories Saturday. All right, let's jump into the layout. Now, I don't have a lot of the Simple Stories collection that I'm using today, so I'm going to be using some mixed media to kind of stretch my products a little bit further. So I'm bringing in some Shimmerz paints, and I'm using Inklingz, and the color is called Dear John Letter. Now I do have a piece of the Vicki Boutin Mixed Media Foundations paper, so it allows my paint to move around on my page. And I am using the packaging technique to apply my color. I love the color of this Dear John letter. It's like a shiny vintage type of gold. Now if you're not familiar with Shimmerz paints and Inklingz, you spritz it with water, and then you let it sit for a few minutes, and then those colors come alive. It has high sheen and shimmer to it. So I'm going to continue here adding a little bit more onto my packaging, and this is just like a scrap that some products came in, and I'm using it to apply my mixed media down to my background page. So this is going to help me stretch my Simple Stories collection a little bit further. I'm going to be working today with the Simple Vintage Essentials color palette. And I purchased the bits and pieces, some butterfly bits, and this 6x8 paper pad. So I am making a 12x12 layout, but I'm going to be working with a 6x8 paper pad. So I'll show you in just a moment those products and how I was able to bring that in. Now, continuing with my mixed media, I'm bringing in a little bit of modeling paste and one of my favorite stencils from Tim Holtz. This is I believe it's called the Dot Fade. I will have it linked down below, as well as any other products that I use today. I'll have them all linked down below. Oh, I don't want to forget to mention that if you place an order with Shimmerz paints, add my name, Melissa Minor, to the comments section of your order, and Shimmerz will send you a little free jar of paint. So I've got one more place that I want to add this modeling paste to, and this is just a white paste, and I'm using a palette knife to just add 3 areas of interest to my background. And I'm really liking the way that looks. So now let me go ahead and bring in my photos. Now the photos that I'm using today, these are from earlier this month. My boyfriend Dale and I went to visit the Stonehill Winery, and that's in Herman, Missouri. And then here is a little picture of the little tokens that we got for our wine tasting. And then we also got a tour. So eventually I think I'm going to turn this into a 2-page layout, but for today I'm going to share one. All right, so this is the collection that I was telling you about. This is the Simple Stories Simple Vintage Essentials color palette, and there's lots of different colors in here. I'm going to choose to use this one. It's like the black and white and the more monotone colors, or the lighter colors instead of these bright ones. But you can see here as I flip through here, I think you get 2 of each of the sheet. Yeah, there's 24 papers, but they're so pretty. All right, and here's a look at the butterfly bits. And then I also have here just the bits and pieces, and this is just some ephemera. And so I've picked out the ones that I think are gonna work for my layout today. So I've went ahead and placed those in a little stack and sort tray, and I have them here off to the left-hand side of the screen. So I think those are the ones that I'm wanting to use, and you can see here they're the light colors, like the kind of bronzy color or golden. I'm not sure what you call that. Off-white, I guess. Anyway, those are the ones that I'm going to use today. Now I'm also bringing in a cut file from PearTree Cutfiles, and this is from their September release, and it says September Documented. And you'll see at the bottom of the cut file, I actually took some thread and went over the documented piece. Now for the backing of this cut file, I'm bringing in this collection from Simple Stories, and it is the Color Vibe Wood collection. That is my favorite collection. I have went through multiple packs of that because I continue to grab it. Now, I want to have this wood, I want to change the color of this wood because in my photo, the sign that says Stonehill Winery is like a more golden shade of wood. And so I'm bringing in this Distress Oxide in Vintage Photo and a blending brush, and I'm just going to go right over this wood grain paper, and I'm going to change the color of it. So I love that you can do this with your wood grain. So if it's not the right color of wood that you need, just add a little ink and make it work for you. So I'm going to bring in here in just a moment, I want to bring back in the original before I started coloring this. I have a little scrap just so you can see the difference of how much it really changed this. So let me just set this aside and bring that in, and see that? It completely changed the look of the wood grain, and I absolutely love it. And now it matches my layout. So I have cut this piece down, my background sheet, to 11.5 by 11.5. And I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of this tape adhesive. And then I'm also going to bring in my tacky glue. Anytime I'm working with mixed media, I like to bring in a wet glue because I feel like that gives a stronger hold. So I'm going to go ahead and just mat this on a piece of the 12 by 12 cardstock. I probably should have got that black piece, but I didn't think about it at the time. I just went for it. So I'm going to press this down, and there's a little bit of bubbling. So I'm just going to take my fine liner glue here, and I love doing this just right around the edges. And I'm going to just dab in a little glue and then give it a little press, and then that smooths out those bubbles for me. And so I'll continue doing that all around the page here. Now, my mixed media looks a little wild, but a lot of that is going to be covered up. It always looks a little bit different on camera than it does in person. It looks darker, I think, on camera than it really does on person. So I'm turning my page. I want the modeling paste to be at the bottom. Now, here are the strips of paper that I cut from the paper pad, and I distressed them. And that's my distressing tool that I was showing you there. So I've cut these down. I believe this one is 5 by 5, and then I have one that's 5.5 by 5.5. So I want to arrange them, and I love the little owl on the bottom right-hand piece of paper. And I like that this butterfly at the top, see how there's like little grapes? So that's perfect for my winery photos. And my boyfriend Dale loves owls, so I thought there's no way I can cover that owl. So that's how I figured out the placement for my photos. I went ahead and brought in my cut file. Let me zoom this out a little bit, and glued it to the page as well as the pieces of paper. And now I want to bring in my photos to figure out my photo placement. So I have one photo that is 4 by 4, and then I printed these smaller ones in 2 by 2. And I like to print these at home on my Epson PictureMate 400. And I also use the Epson paper, and it just makes it so convenient. I remember one time during the winter before I had my printer, we went out in a snowstorm to Walmart to pick up my photos. And I thought, never again am I going to risk my life for some photos for a scrapbook layout. And so I print them at home now, and it was the best purchase that I ever made. All right, so I'm going to arrange these photos. I'm going to add a little glue here to the top. I'll go in with some wet glue later, but I just kind of want to get these tacked down. And I thought those tokens were so cute that they gave us for the tasting room, so I definitely wanted to take a photo of those. Now, for my companion page, I have some more photos of the actual wine tasting, so I think that's what I'm going to add to the other page. Now I'm going to bring in some of the bits and pieces for the ephemera. And, you know, I haven't really worked with this type of ephemera before. It's like little strips, almost like little strips of paper. And I thought I would just layer them over here, both to the right-hand side of my page and to the left-hand side. So I'm going to figure out the placement here. And I think let me see, let me get this glued down. And you know, as I'm gluing this down, I think I have it upside down. So I'm going to end up flipping that piece around. Yeah, there's a few little words on there. And so I think I had it upside down. So I want to get that going the right direction. And then I'll just layer this other piece. I'll just tuck it and nestle it right in here so that we've got the strips. It just adds a little more interest to this right-hand side of the page. Now you'll notice I didn't back the cut file of the butterfly. I thought it looked kind of neat just hanging out over there, and so I didn't back that. Now there are some little butterflies from the Butterfly Bits package, and so I'm going to add those, but I'm going to wait on that because I think I want to add some foam tape. Now I'm going to start working on embellishing on this left-hand side. And so I think I need to cut a few of these down just so that they'll tuck in behind my photo. I did already glue a lot of that photo down. I'm trying to figure out if I want to bring another butterfly in over here. I usually like to embellish in clusters of 3. And so I know I want to have 3 butterflies on my layout. So I'm going to continue adding in these little bits over here. And I'll just keep trimming these down until I'm happy with the placement on these. So let me add one more. And then since I cut this strip, I think I can go ahead and add this little piece that I cut off. I think I can add it over here too, just to make my embellishments go just a little bit further. I think that's the theme of today's layout, right? Stretching my collection and stretching my ephemera bits. Just making a little bit go a long way. All right, so I really like the way that looks. Let me tuck a little bit more glue in here and hold that down so that it stays good on my page. And I'm trying to decide if I want to add this little piece, and I'm auditioning in a few places and I don't think it's going to make it to the page. I do want to bring in these butterflies, but like I said, I want to add a little bit of foam tape. So off camera, you'll notice in the upper left, I added a butterfly, and then over on the right-hand side, I've covered up my photos with some scrap paper, and now I'm bringing in my absolute favorite paint to make splatters. This is Color Splash in the color of Black Hole. It's a must-have, and it is perfect for adding those rich black splatters to your page. So I'm going to tap here on the end of the nozzle and just put a few black splatters all around. You'll notice I also added a couple little hearts to the bottom next to the September documented, and those were in the bits and pieces ephemera. Okay, now I have the black. I want to also add some gold. And so I'm bringing in Color Splash in the color of Gold Digger. And this is another must-have. I use these two all the time to add splatters to my page. And this is just going to bring that gold. So there we go. I don't think I need any journaling. It already says it's in September and we're at the winery. It's in the photo. So that's going to do it for today's layout. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button. If you're new, I hope you'll subscribe and come back. I will have still shots over on my Facebook and my Instagram, and be sure to check out all my Crafty Friends videos that are linked down below in the description box. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!